who is so very happy about this result for South Africa. They win in PKs over Cape Verde, one of the minnows that we've been talking about. Oh my gosh. Mbizo Zamane, are you still celebrating? And also, do you see what our good friend Nico is wearing here, just for you?
That shirt is unbelievable. Nice cherry on top of the celebrations. I love it, Nico.
Of course, hey, this is 1996, by the way, from when you guys won AFCON.
Oh.
So trying to give you a couple of those good vibes that you might need against Nigeria, and have the Nigerian deity that sits behind you, trying to just counterbalance the energy.
Love it, brother. Thank you so much.
That's such a good-looking kit. Mbizo, your Instagram stories this weekend were absolutely phenomenal. Can we take a look at some of the celebrations that you were involved in? Because this was tremendous.
Oh, yeah, shirt off. It's a shirt-off party. Let's go.
Are those tears in your eyes?
I'm sure they were. I have no idea what was going on. It feels like it was a dream. I'm not sure how to separate reality from dreams, from, virtual reality. I have no idea what's going on. I'm on cloud nine.
Unbelievable. All right. So, I mean, let's chat about this South Africa team. They're going to the semifinals for the first time since 2000. What does it mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to the country? Bafana.
We finally feel like we've demonstrated to the world that we have talent. I've said this for a long time, and I think it's only South Africans who would agree, or Southern Africans who would agree, is that South Africans have a lot of talent. We have incredible dribbling, flair. We're good at passing the ball. And finally, we demonstrated a little bit of that against Cabo Verde. I thought we were superior in the first half. We bossed the game, and we were clearly confident after a big win against the Giants that we've come across. And look, we kept their defense relatively quiet until the end of the first half. And I'm just extremely pleased. And of course, our skipper, Ronwen Williams, had the most incredible penalty shootout, historic in any competition on the globe. And finally, we feel like we can, talk a little bit of smack. Even if we end up losing, who cares? We're living the dream.
Hey, you are living the dream. And you're going against the Super Eagles. Nigeria, we always talk about the attacking talent they have. Obviously, Osimhen and Lookman, who have, he's had an incredible tournament. But defensively, Nigeria have surprised everyone. They've been so good defensively. What worries you most about this matchup?
Well, yes, absolutely. Defensively, they've been incredible. Even Lookman, despite his incredible offensive output, I think people have not noted the fact that he and both sides, actually, even Moses, have been tracking back quite a bit and helping out the defense as well with certain attacks. So they've been absolutely spectacular on the defensive end. And obviously, Becero, who worked with Mourinho, seems to be putting a little bit of that special one's touch on this tournament as well. Look, but they were threatening on the offensive side, I think, in their last match. I thought they really started to open up going forward, which is quite troublesome. They looked really good, and I don't like that at all.
What do you think has happened in Mbizo for Nigeria? Because they weren't so super Eagles coming into AFCON. I mean, in fact, this tournament has been wild. It's completely upended any either preconceived notions we have of nations. Look at Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast going into the knockout stage, they fired their coach. They were a disaster, and now.
But they were a favorite. They played poorly.
They might win it, right? It's just crazy. Like, what did Nigeria? How did Nigeria click for them to get to this semifinal of AFCON?
I think we all felt to a certain extent it was only a matter of time before they clicked, right? I mean, when you consider the team sheet that they have, yes, of course, Becero suffered a lot of criticism for the way that they were playing. But I think Nigeria has grown into the tournament. They've grown in confidence. They got some big wins. And of course, when you're solid on the defensive side, it gives your attackers a lot of freedom. They feel like they can be released and unleashed up front. And I think that's what happened. They've been confident confident at the back, and that's allowed their attackers to feel like they can express themselves a little bit more going forward. And as I said, in the last game, they were far more aggressive. They were far more open-minded, free-flowing, and creative, which is obviously a change from what I've seen. But I think what's really happened is a growth in confidence, especially with the other giants in the tournament out. I think they truly believe that they have an opportunity to win this title.
Mbizo, let's chat on the host nation, Ivory Coast, with that crazy 2-1 win over Mali. As Nico mentioned, they fired their coach in the middle of this tournament because there was a fear that they wouldn't even get out of the group stage. And here they are in the semifinals. What have they done to get to this point, despite all the drama surrounding them?
I'm not sure if somebody has contacted Yaya Toure's healer, the same one that allegedly cursed Pep Guardiola. But it's unbelievable that they keep surviving, even against this Mali side, who I thought was superior for most of the match. They have managed to survive. I mean, 2 late goals, right? I think one was the 90th, or between the 90th and the 92nd minute. And then the last one was the absolute final kick of the game. It's absolutely unbelievable. I think the crowd has helped, and perhaps that 4-0 drubbing was a wake-up call. I also spoke about when you have a coach from your nation who understands what it means to the players, who understands what it means to the nation, to the FA. I think there's a motivation there and an encouragement that comes from that perhaps doesn't occur when you have a coach from a foreign nation. And they've just been absolutely spectacular in terms of the way they've dug deep, they've been resilient, and they just really haven't given up. And again, in tournament football, oftentimes that's what's necessary to be victorious. The football won't always flow. Players do not have time together, a lot of time together in preparation for these tournaments. And so it comes down a lot down to the individual players, and they've demonstrated that they have the capacity perhaps to win this competition, as I had initially suspected.
And Mbizo, about 48 hours until you got to worry about Osimhen and Lookman. How much sleep are you going to get in the next 48 hours?
Very little. I haven't been getting any sleep anyway. Even other teams have been stressing me out. Just stress all over the place, but stress and relief. Again, we are absolutely dreaming. We are dreaming. I mean, I don't know when next South Africa will perform in this way, so we are just going all the way.
This side by side is tremendous.
Unbelievable. But I know, like, that
it's
suffering
so
it's not great, and I totally understand what Mbizo's going through. It's but all the good energy, all the good energy. I can't believe you showed up. We've got the South Africa, the Bafana kit over your right shoulder and over your left shoulder. Remind us about the Nigerian deity that you so boldly tattooed on your body.
Well, at the end of the day, I was actually born in Lagos. And of course, I appreciate and I exude every facet of who I am. And that includes the Nigerian side. Maybe I might take that down for the game, just, put it face down so that he's not watching too closely at the proceedings. But yes, I'm Nigerian, I'm South African, I'm Pan-African, and no matter who wins the battle on the pitch, Africa has won the war.
Well, it's a win-win for him.
It is.
It literally is.
There we go.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a party.
It is a party. Oh, man. Well, Mbizo, we love every iteration of you, and we appreciate you taking the time to join us today. We'll be thinking about you on Wednesday.